Hello students, some of the questions are pending from the previous exercise. I have already completed up to question number 10. Let us start from question number 11. Sum of first P, Q and R terms of an AP are A, B and C respectively, and you have to prove A over P into Q minus R plus B over Q into R minus P plus C over R into P minus Q is equal to 0. SP is given to you, that is equal to A. Now insert the value of SP. We have already completed Sn is equal to n by 2, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Simply insert P in place of n. Then P over 2, shift this value on the right hand side. You can write 2A divided by P. Similar is the case with SQ. You can write 2A plus Q minus 1 into D as 2B divided by Q. And what about SR? This value is given to you, that is C. You can write this value as 2A plus R minus 1 into D is equal to 2C divided by R. Now clearly check these values, 1, 2, 3 equations. This equation is the first equation and this equation is the second equation. Suppose I subtract second equation from first one. 2A and 2A cancel with each other and I can find P minus Q into D is equal to 2A over P minus 2B over Q. It means I can find out the value of P minus Q. Similarly, I can find out Q minus R and R minus P. Let us try to find out the values. First minus second. It is the first equation and this one is the second equation. Now subtract these values. You can find P minus Q into D is equal to 2A divided by P minus 2B divided by Q. Simply divide D on the right hand side and taking 2 common from these values. It means you can write P minus Q is equal to 2 minus D into A over P minus B over Q. Similarly, when we operate 2 minus 3, you can find out, because all the equations are of a similar pattern, it means you can easily find out Q minus R is equal to 2 over D inside bracket B over Q minus C over R. Similarly, if I subtract first equation from third one, I can find out R minus P 2 over D inside bracket C over R minus A over P. Now insert these values, these three values, P minus Q, Q minus R and R minus P in the statement given in the question. P minus Q, Q minus R and R minus P. Insert these values. Let us check the solution. Okay. Insert these values on the left hand side. Now we have to prove this one. A over P, value of Q minus R, then B over Q, value of R minus P, then C over R, value of P minus Q. Now some terms are common inside this. It's 2 over D, nothing else. Taking 2 over D common. Now what about these values? AB over PQ, AC over PR. Similarly, I multiply all the values. AB over PQ, AC over PR, BC over QR, BA over QP, CA over RP and CB over RQ. AB over PQ, let us check AB over PQ, this one, you can cancel. AC over PR, okay, this value, AC over PR, then BC over QR, this value is BC over QR. It means answer is 0. It's equivalent to right hand side. The ratio of sum of m and n terms of an AP is m square divided by n square. Simply insert the formula. You can write m square over n square. Then cancel 2 with each other. Then m and n. It means 2a plus m minus 1 into d. 2a plus n minus 1 into d can be written as m over n. Now, what to do? Show that the ratio of mth and nth term is 2m minus 1 over 2n minus 1. Let us try. Okay, then divided by 2. We have already completed this exercise. This formula, by dividing by 2 on the left hand side, numerator and denominator, you can find easily the ratio of terms. It means m minus 1 over 2, let it be m dash, because this m and m, both the values are different. M minus 1 over 2 can be written as m dash minus 1. It means you can find m as 2m dash minus 1 and n can be written as 2n dash minus 1. It means answer is this. Basically m dash is m. It means 2m minus 1 divided by 2n minus 1 is the final answer. This question is the important question of the exercise. If the sum of n terms of an AP is 3n square plus Sn. Basically Sn is given to you 3n square plus 5n. And mth term is 164, then find the value of m. If S1 is given to you, that is 8, S2 is 22, you can calculate this value, and S3 is 42. It's a series 8, 22 and 42. It means you can find out the series. The first term is 8 and S2 is 22. It means second term is 14. You can calculate by subtracting 22 minus 8. It's 14. Then 42 minus 22. It's 20. It means the first term is 8. The common difference is 6 and mth term is given to you, that is 164. Insert in the formula. Am is equal to a plus m minus 1 into d. Am is 164. 8 plus m minus 1 into 6. 156. Then 156 divided by 6, it's 26. Clearly you can find the value of m as 27. Now from this question, the questions are different. Insert 5 numbers between 8 and 26. Basically these are related to arithmetic mean. These are the 5 mean values or insertion values. 5 numbers, it means A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5. Suppose these are the numbers. It means first value is 8 and 7th value is 26. Because inside 8 and 26 you have to insert 5 values. Total is 7. What about A7? It can be written as A plus 6D. And what about A? This value is 8. It means you can find out the value of D. 6D is 18 and D is equal to 3. Now what about A1? A1 is basically the second term. It means you can write A plus D, then A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D and A plus 5D. Let us check. Okay, A1 can be written as A plus D, it's 11. Then A plus 2D, it's 8 plus 6, it's 14. Similarly, you can write all the terms. It means you can find out the values from A to A5, 11, 14, 17, 20 and 23. It means series is 8 and 26. These values are given to you and these are the values which we have to insert, 11, 14, 17, 20 and 23. Question number 15. One example is there in the exercise which is similar to this question. This question is also important as far as your final examination is concerned. This term is the arithmetic mean between A and B. Now what is the meaning of arithmetic mean? Basically it's A plus B divided by 2. Now cross multiply. 2 multiplied by these two terms is 2a raised to power n and 2b raised to power n. Then multiply a raised to power n minus 1 plus b raised to power n minus 1 by a plus b. It's a raised to power n plus a raised to power n minus 1 into b. It's b raised to power n minus 1 into a, then b raised to power n. Now subtract a raised to power n in left hand side. It's a raised to power n. The second term is b raised to power n. What about these terms? A raised to power n minus 1 into b and b raised to power n minus 1 into a as it is. Now collect the terms containing a raised to power n minus 1 and b raised to power n minus 1. A raised to power n minus 1 is common. You can write a minus b inside. Similarly on right hand side. Then you can cancel a minus b. And what next? We can write a raised to power n minus 1 divided by b raised to power n minus 1 is equal to 1. And in place of 1, we can write a over b power 0, because anything raised to power 0 is equal to 1. It means n minus 1 can be written as 0. And answer is n is equal to 1. Now question number 16. Between 1 and 31, m numbers have been inserted in such a way that the resulting sequence is an AP, and the ratio of 7th and m minus 1th numbers is 5:9. These are not the terms. Remember, these are the numbers which are to be inserted. You have to find that ratio. Sometimes a mistake will be there regarding this. Sometimes the student consider as the 7th term of AP and m minus 1th term of AP. These are not the terms of AP. Basically, these are the numbers which are to be inserted. The ratio is 5:9. Basically, the formula for 7th term is a plus 6d, but the formula for 7th number is a plus 7d. You have to remember this. Find the value of m. Now, according to the statement, now you can insert m values because m plus 2 items are there. If a is equal to 1, a m plus 2 can be written as a plus m plus 1 into d is equal to 31. From this, you can obtain one equation. Because d is unknown to you and m is also unknown to you, it means you can find out this equation from this statement. M plus 1 into d is equal to 30. Now, look at this value. It's a7 divided by am minus 1. Now, it's not basically the term of AP. Basically, these are the numbers which are to be inserted. That's why a plus 7d is there. If it is the term of AP, basically a7 is 8th term and am minus 1 is mth term. You have to remember this. A plus 7d and a plus m minus 1 into d. Then insert the value of a. Then cross multiply. 9 plus 63d and 5 plus 5m minus 5 into d. And you can find out 4 is equal to 5m minus 68 into d. Also 30 is equal to m plus 1 into d. Now, this statement is from number 1. This one. 30 is equal to m plus 1 into d. We already completed this statement. And second statement is this one. Now divide these terms. 4 over 30. You can cancel d here and then cross multiply. After solving, you can calculate the value of m, that is 14. Question number 17. A man starts repaying a loan as first installment. The first installment is 100 and later on he increases the value. It means second value is 105, then 110, up to so on. Now you have to pay the 30th installment. It's a simple. It's a simple AP. Basically, you have to find out A30. First value is 100. Common difference is D. Simply calculate A30. A plus 29D. 100 plus 29 into 5. It's 145. The answer is 245. This question is important one. The difference between any two consecutive interior angles of a polygon is 5 degree. If the smallest angle is 120, find the number of sides of the polygon. Suppose this one is the condition, 120, 125, 130. These are basically the internal angles. A is equal to 120 in this case and D is equal to 5 in this case. If I have to write external angles, then the angles will be 60 because the difference between internal and external angle is 180. Second angle is 55 and third angle is 50, like this. Now what is the need of doing such kind of exercise? Because we know that the sum of all external angles of a polygon is 360 degree, because it's known to us. That's why we have to convert the internal angle into external one. Now Sn is known to you. Insert the value of A as 60 and D as minus 5. Calculate the value. It's a quadratic equation. By calculating the quadratic equation, you will find that there are two answers. One is 16 and second is 9. Now, according to a layman, both the numbers are feasible, but 16 is not possible because angle is minus 15 when I insert n is equal to 16. Suppose I find this series from this series 60, 55, 50 up to so on. If I find the value by inserting n is equal to 16, that is an or 16th term, the angle is 15, which is not possible because negative of angle is not possible. It means n is the feasible answer. It is the completion of this exercise. Hope you understand the concept. I have completed 18 questions. Kindly go through the examples also of this exercise. Sometimes the question from example also there in the examination. Thanks for watching my video.